Guys, I'm back with another video, and yes, I'm eating chips. And sorry it's so dark in here, because I don't want to tell them like I'm lazy. So I'm back with another YouTube video. So I'm gonna be showing you 13 pets who saved their owners. So with further ado, let's get into this video.
Nobody could hear his cries for help because he lived so far away from his closest neighbors. He did catch the attention of one faithful canine, though, his golden retriever, Kelsey. Kelsey ended up laying on top of the man for 20 hours, all while barking in 20-degree weather. After 19 hours, the man lost consciousness, but Kelsey continued to bark, and finally, a neighbor came over to see what was going on because she was howling like a lunatic. The man would then be rushed to the ER, where he had a herniation in his neck that was compressing his spinal cord. The retriever deserves a spot as top dog for her persistence and bravery. Fidge. Now, we've heard of a CAT scan, but this may be a little bit extraordinary. This heroic animal might just be what hospitals all over the country need to order. One woman claimed that her pet cat, named Fidge, would end up saving her life. She alerted her of her breast cancer diagnosis before it was too late. The 52-year-old woman said that Fidge would leap up and sit on her right breast every night for 2 weeks when she was laying on the sofa relaxing. She then ended up going for her yearly exam just to discover that right where the cat had been sitting was a cancerous pea-sized lump in her breast. And if left undiagnosed, it would have killed her. The suicide prevention cat. Police took to an unusual source after one car thief threatened to jump off of a building instead of going to jail. The standoff between the San Francisco police and a criminal would last over 3 hours. That was until the man's cat was brought in. This little orange and white tabby ended up winning the guy over, and negotiations went smoothly from there. No cat would be hurt in the process, and the man would agree to go freely into custody, thanks to the love between humans and their pets. Dopey. Now, don't be fooled by the name, because Dopey is actually an intelligent dog with a special gift. There's plenty of research that proves that dogs can sense when their owners are going to have an epileptic seizure, and one strong bond would be formed by a 12-year-old and his 4-year-old service dog named Dopey. The golden retriever is often found lying calmly by his master's side and is trained to let teachers or parents know if the owner needs medication. The dog can potentially predict seizures hours in advance and will begin letting others know if he senses imminent danger, which is important in both research for further study of epilepsy and also comes with a sense of comfort for those that have to suffer from it. Sergeant Stubby. Now, dogs really are man's best friend, especially if that man happens to be a soldier in World War I. Sergeant Stubby became the official mascot of the 102nd Infantry Regiment of the United States in the First World War. He served 18 months and was active in 17 battles on the Western Front. The dog also ended up saving his regiment from multiple surprise attacks involving mustard gas, found the wounded and comforted them until help arrived, and even once caught a German soldier by biting down until his comrades could arrive. Stubby ended up being the most decorated war dog in history, and the only dog to be nominated for rank and promoted to sergeant. In fact, there's even an animated film being made of the heroic war dog, scheduled for release in April of 2018. Nanook. Dogs are pretty great swimmers, but there are actually quite a few breeds that don't take so keenly to water. Luckily for one man, that's not the case with his chocolate Labrador named Nanook. The dog ended up saving a stranger's life after the man began to drown at Malaga Port in Spain. The dog was being walked by his owner when Nanook began to bark unexpectedly and pulled his owner out to sea. The owner then admitted that the dog was usually calm and well-behaved, so something strange had to be happening. Nanook led his owner to the spot where he discovered an older man flailing and shouting for help, but no one could hear him except for the dog over the sounds of the ocean, since he was so far out. They would end up getting help, and the man was rescued thanks to the dog's keen sense of hearing. Ferocious lion saviors. Now, it's hard to imagine a world that exists.
Nope.
Zoos are a place for the average person to see animals they might not ever get the chance to observe. Sanctuary against poaching and hunters. Needless to say, zoos have a pretty tough job keeping all those exotic and sometimes dangerous animals happy and fed. But some people just can't leave well enough alone and decide that just looking at the animals isn't enough for them. They have to get up close and personal. Now, sometimes it's a total accident. A kid falls into an exit while his mother's back is turned. A man might lose his balance taking a picture, and so on. But that's not usually the reason people end up in zoo enclosures. Sometimes people willingly jump in. Levin Merritt. As encounters with great apes.
This smells delicious, but it's missing something. It's
Mistaken.
Just check the mail. Now see what we have today. Oh, nothing but bills. Nobody wants to see bills. Wait. Junior? Junior has mail? Wait, no, it can't be. Junior, come here.
Oh, yeah, Chef Pee-Pee?
You have a piece of mail that came in the mailbox today.
A piece of mail for me?
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
Oh, let me open it.
What could it be?
It's some type of card, Chef Pee-Pee.
Hold on, a credit card? Junior, how did you get a credit card? I don't even have credit.
What are you talking about?
Hold on, let me read this. Dear Bowser Jr., it is our pleasure here at Goodman Bank and Trust to inform you that your application for a line of credit with our institution has been accepted. You will have a $10,000 credit limit on your credit card? Congratulations and happy spending? Junior, did you apply for a credit card?
No.
Tell me the truth. Do not lie to me, Junior.
Well, I don't even know how to apply for a credit card. I don't even know what this is.
Look, I guess you're right. You're just a child, and this must be a mistake from the bank, because they shouldn't give you a credit card.
Wait, so I have $10,000.
No. You don't have $10,000. It's the bank's money. You're just borrowing it from the bank.
But I can go spend $10,000.
I mean, yeah, you can go and spend it as long as you don't go over the limit.
So I can go spend $10,000.
No. You can, because you're a child, and you shouldn't have it. So I'm just going to clip it up. How? Just give it to me.
No, you're not gonna give it to me. You're not gonna cut this up.
Junior, look, you're not so responsible enough to have a credit card. It's for adults. This has to be a mistake.
But I want it, and I'm not gonna spend it. I just think it's cool. I can brag to my friends because they don't have credit cards.
Because they're children. They're not supposed to have credit cards, Junior. They're supposed to have, like, toys.
Well, the bank obviously thought I was a big enough boy, and they gave me a credit card. I'm not gonna use it, please. I'm not gonna use it. I'm just gonna brag to my friends and show it off.
You know what? Fine. I'm done arguing with you. Fine. You can show it off. Just show it off. That's it. Okay, Junior?
Okay, fine. I'll only show it off. I won't spend any of the money. $10,000 in my hand. Oh, man. I can't believe I have a credit card with $10,000 on it. That's so much money. $10,000. I could buy anything I want. But Chef Pee-Pee said I can't use it. Okay, I won't use this credit card unless I absolutely have to use it. You know, if there's something amazing that I have to have right now, then I'll use it. But until then, I'll just have it just to say I have it. So, watching TV. Hey, all you kids out there, do you like to bounce? Do you like to bounce on balls? Do you want to bounce on Spider-Man's balls? Well, now you can with the new Spider-Man Ball Bouncer. You haven't lived till you've bounced on Spider-Man's balls. It's only $29.95, and you can bounce to the moon. You need to get the new Spider-Man Ball Bouncer. Yeah, you like it when I ride you, ball, huh? You like it when I ride you? Bounce. Oh, man. Oh, this is so worth $29.95. Oh, my goodness. But I'm not going to use my credit card again. I only wanted to buy this one thing. Choo. Thomas the Tank Engine wants a ride from you. Only $100. The new Ride 'em Thomas the Tank Engine toy. Oh, man. I can't believe I'm riding Thomas. This is so cool. Oh, no. There's a kid on the train tracks. Hey, kid, take your headphones out. Where's the horn? Kid, get out of the way. Oh, no. Ew, look at all the blood and guts. Oh, we just killed a kid. Oh, man. This should be stressful being a train conductor. It's the 5th kid this week. But oh my God, this credit card's so awesome. Okay, So I bought this Thomas for $100 and that for $29.95. So I've only spent about $130, and I'm not going to use it anymore unless I absolutely need something. Okay, I think I got everything I need. I don't think I need anything else with my credit card. Yeah, I bought everything I'd ever want. So I won't have to use my credit card ever again. So Chef Baby won't get mad. Okay, I mean, that's a decent amount of stuff. That wasn't that much money. Probably a couple thousand, but there's someone at the door. Hello?
Yo, what's up, dude?
Hey, guys.
Wait, why are you dressed like that?
Yeah, you kind of look like one of those weird hippie guys, but it's cool.
You look like a douchebag, actually.
What, y'all are jealous of my new outfit, guys?
Not really.
Not really, but...
Junior, those clothes look expensive. How did you even afford them?
Yeah.
Well, let's just say that I came in some money.
What? How?
Dude, your dad watches Charlie and Friends every day. How do you run into money?
Yeah.
Well, come in. I'll tell you outside.
Okay, then. Whoa, dude, how did you get all this stuff?
How did you get all this stuff, Junior? Is this a gumball machine?
Actually, Coach, it's a gumball machine inside a gumball machine.
Wow. Why? Why would you want that?
In case my gumballs want gumballs.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, dude, is this a Lego space shuttle? Dude, I always wanted one of these.
Yeah, it's an exact replica of the Challenger. What? Before.
They look so happy.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
How did you afford all this stuff, dude?
Yeah, how did you afford this?
Check it.
What is that?
No way, dude. It can't be.
It's a credit card, guys.
What, for real?
Yeah, with a $10,000 limit.
Dude, that's awesome.
How did you get approved for a credit card? You're only 7.
Well, the bank checked the big boy list and said, we got a big boy in the house.
Oh, yeah.
So they approved me for $10,000.
Yeah.
Junior, I don't think that's how this works. You have to pay that money back. You know that, right? You're just borrowing it.
Yeah, I have to pay it back when I'm like 50.
Yeah.
No, probably like next month.
Well, this...
Yeah, I hate it when that happens.
This next month, Cody.
Yeah, next month I'm buying
spending now.
Yeah, I'm buying stuff right now. Look at this. Look at all the stuff I'm buying.
Yeah.
Probably return this before they come and take it, Junior.
They can't take it. I already bought it and opened it.
I don't... You're in big trouble.
So, dude, what are you gonna buy next?
Well, I'm actually trying not to buy any more stuff.
Good. Don't buy any more stuff. Return this stuff.
Shut up, Cody. You such a poor pooper scooper.
Yeah, I'm trying not to buy any more stuff because I already bought a couple of stuff.
Oh, dude, you should buy a trampoline to see how high you can jump.
I could probably jump higher than my president. Oh, gosh. This is so much fun. Oh, gosh.
I never had a trampoline before.
I never thought I'd own one. I want to do a backflip. You see that, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's getting hot here, guys. It's getting hot.
Dude, you know how to cool off?
How?
If you were to buy a swimming pool, we could just jump off the trampoline in the swimming pool.
I could buy a swimming pool.
You can't buy a swimming pool, Junior. You live in an apartment. Junior, this is really fun and all, but what are you going to do when the bank chases after you?
Run faster than him. Right, Joseph?
Right, dude.
Do a cannonball, Joseph.
Okay, bro.
Whoa, nice flash, Joseph.
Dude.
Whoa.
Yo, Josh, I'm getting hungry, though, dude.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, well, I can eat 10 pizzas right now.
10 pizzas.
No, don't. No, Junior, no, not a hair. Okay? You bought 10 pizzas. And for what? Just to let them float around in a pool and get soggy?
Cody, if I want to buy 10 pizzas, I'm going to buy 10 pizzas because I got the credit, right, Joseph?
Right, bro.
What you have is the debt because you owe all of this money to the bank.
Cody, I think you're just jealous because you can't buy 10 pizzas.
Yeah, you don't have the same credit as Junior.
Yeah.
Junior, why would I want to buy 10 pizzas if they're just getting soggy? This is disgusting.
Cody, just shut up and eat some soggy pizza.
I'm not eating this. This is
I'll
gross.
eat it, dude.
Yeah, it's really good. Look at all that.
Hey, what are you gonna buy next, dude?
Well, guys, I think I'm actually going to stop and not buy any more stuff.
Good. Don't buy anything else.
Oh, yeah, I've been buying a lot of stuff. I'm going to take a break for a while.
That's crazy, dude. You could buy like a bounce house right now.
No.
You know how fun that sounds?
A bounce house?
No.
A bounce house?
The stupidest idea you've ever had.
Dude, this is so awesome.
Oh, yeah, Cody, it's a bounce house in my apartment. Look how big it is.
We're not supposed to be indoors.
Look, let's just jump in it, guys. Come on.
was this?
I don't know. Probably a couple grand. I don't know.
How much money do you even have left on your credit card?
I don't know, but I had 10,000. It doesn't matter, Cody. Yeah.
You're gonna run out of money eventually, Junior.
Well, shut up, Cody.
Yeah, dude.